The London Film Festival brings us the Will Smith starring vehicle that might just give him that so coveted Oscar nom. This is my review of King Richard. We take a look at how tennis superstars Venus and Serena Williams became who they are after being coached by their father, Richard Williams. Before I properly get started with my review for King Richard, I want to know your thoughts on it, if you've seen it, if you're excited for it, if you're a big Serena and Venus fan. Let me know all of that in the comments below. Start the conversation, because it's always the most important part. And while you're down there, if you like what you see here, make sure to click the subscribe button so you do not miss any further London Film Festival coverage and any future conversation about your favorite films and TV. Will Smith, man, the guy is going for that Oscar. He injects every ounce of wit, charisma, charm, and energy that we know him to have into his performance, and it really works. This film has a profound amount of heart and soul. He commits entirely to this role, to no surprise. I think Will Smith always gives 100%, and in this film we can see a lot of his comedy chops, and this film is really funny. We see a lot of his intensity, but perhaps the most important element that he brings to this film is his vulnerability. This is a film with strong themes of fatherhood, and it's legit inspiring seeing this man do it all, mistakes and all, to make his daughters succeed, to make sure they have a future, a better life than he and his wife had while raising them. And while Will Smith is the heart and soul of this film, he is the focus, the center of it, and he gives a great performance, perhaps his best yet. I think Sania Sidney, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, who plays Venus Williams, is legit the best single performance in this film. She really surprised me. The film starts as a Richard Williams biopic, but it becomes much more about the relationship of Richard and his daughters, obviously, but more and more as it reaches its conclusion, focuses a lot on Venus, as she was the first one to make it big. She's tremendous in this film. I was really astounded at how good she is and how much weight she carries this film with. Overall, this is the definition of a crowd pleaser. It's got family values, it's got good lessons, it's got great performances. I think it is at its best and at its strongest narratively when it's working as a sports drama. It makes the tennis itself look very cinematic. The physical performance of every actor, every stunt double is legit fantastic. I don't think I've ever seen tennis look this good, this believable, this natural on screen. Maybe the only other film would be Borg versus McEnroe. And so when the film is trying to be a sports drama about this underdog story of this father pushing and pushing and pushing for his daughters to be taken a look at, it's really working. When it's trying to be a biopic about real events that really happened, with certain pieces of dialogue, certain bits of storytelling, I found it to be more conventional, safe. It overall feels glossy and by the numbers, perhaps too much. While the film does acknowledge the faults and flaws of Richard, it never really puts him in the hot seat. There's actually a scene where there's an argument between him and his wife, and something gets brought up that was never an element of the story. We never saw it up until that moment, so it fails to hit its target. It fails to connect, emotionally speaking. And while it certainly gets better overall as a film in its second and third act, because that first act, it's just very by the numbers, it's when it feels at its most biopic-y. I felt sorry for Serena Williams, who starts out as an equal to Venus. The film is about them and their father, and we can actually see that their father treats the entire family as equals, but Serena gets more and more pushed to the side and becomes kind of like an extra by the end of the film, unfortunately. While King Richard could have been lifted with a more nuanced look at the character, it's still a breezy, inspiring, and heartwarming sports drama with a bit of reality mixed in. I think Will Smith is terrific. Again, he perhaps gives his best performance. It's just a really inspiring story overall, even with some of its faults. I'm giving King Richard a B. Those are my thoughts on King Richard. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. I'll be back with many more London Film Festival reviews, and there should be a playlist for all the coverage thus far right up here, right now. And of course, I'll be reviewing Halloween Kills and The Last Duel and many other films. There's a ton of videos coming. I hope to see you in those. And remember that if you like what you saw here, to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any future conversation about your favorite movies and TV. Thank you so much once more, and so until the next one, love each other, and love the movies.